Obviously, I'm psyched about the new Until Dawn trailer. At least I was until I heard the creepy, slow version of Eagle Eye Cherry's Save Tonight playing under the action. Yeah, maybe it's just me, but the slow, creepy version of a pop song thing was played out decades ago. Just use a creepy song, weirdos. God, one movie had a creepy, slow version of the Russ Abbott theme song. Not a great time. But I'm not going to hold a terrible song choice against them. Instead, I'll take the game as it is. Which is the exact same game as it already was, basically? Like, it was a little weird to see it as part of the showcase, because it looked so out of step with everything else on display. I understand the production realities means that they had to use the same models and textures, but the result is pretty strange, because fundamentally, we're looking at a PS4 game with some new lighting and hair effects. There are changes though, so let's check out how shots compare first, then circle back around to the new pieces of content, because you'd better believe there's going to be stuff to say about that shot. First up, we've got the bus arriving, and it's day now, which is a little weird. Are they getting there in the late afternoon? These are all Calgary kids, and on that day in 2015, the sun set at 5:29 p.m. So is this chapter starting at 5 p.m. rather than the 9 p.m. the original started at? Or maybe they're just sloppy with sunsets, which would be fine, I guess, since the original's dawn took place an hour and a half before it should have. Also, note the real-time deforming snow they've added to Sam walking through the woods. Next, we've got Mike leaping out at Emily and Matt. Different hair, different lighting. And they've changed the framing so that Mike's legs are visible, which allows them to show off the snow deformation tech again. Mike lighting the fire, nothing meaningful here. Here's the cabin from the intro. Big change to the intro, though, where the green jacket is spying on the lodge. Originally, he was watching Beth in the kitchen through the window, but here, Beth is searching for something out by the garbage. Is this new content, addressing how the rest of the group distracted her to get her out of the house while the prank was going on? Will this be a new playable tutorial section about searching? Mike and Jessica on the couch. Will players be able to get her down to her bra via the correct series of choices still? Classic Josh pose here. Here's Mike grabbing the gun and chasing after Jessica, leaving more of those sweet real-time deep snow footprints. Shot of Emily banging on the doors to be let in, Sam in the bathtub, Psycho punching out Chris, some basement exploration with an interesting camera angle, heading down into the sewers via a great-looking manhole cover. Mike and Wolfie, who looks super cute, by the way. Then he blasts a Wendigo away from the door, and we can see it doesn't look like they've changed the design at all. Bald head, sunken eyes, miner's shirt. We've seen this guy before. Emily talking. Chris with the gun ready to point it at Ashley and Doom himself. Here's Emily tumbling out of the fire tower while Matt watches. Sam debating what to do. Mike finding Jessica with the scope and answering my question about the bra from earlier. Mike running up to save underwear-clad Jessica. The buzzsaw, which we've already seen bits of. Emily running through the mines. Matt doing the same. Ashley being horrified, although I'm not sure by what, because she's already bloody here. So this is post-buzzsaw. Is this from the end of the game and they've changed the camera angles? Emily covering her mouth to keep from screaming while hanging upside down. Chris maybe shooting himself. Jessica fleeing through the mines in her jacket. Mike in the water, trying to hide. Sam screaming, probably at the film of Josh getting killed. Josh getting cut up. The hooks Matt can get killed on. Matt in a kind of extreme close-up that's probably the hook death, but they've cleverly moved the camera to elide over the gore. Emily getting attacked in the mines. Sadly, there's no visible shoulder, so they don't put a clue for the big spoiler in the trailer, which would have been neat. And at the end, we find Ashley's body getting dragged away after her head is torn off in the sub-basement. So we can see a bunch of little changes and some new tech, but more importantly, let's shift over to talk about the giant change. A scene where Sam watches the sunset. I'm being sarcastic, of course. It's the scene where Hannah and Beth take Josh to the couch because he's zonked out on booze. This scene alone explains why they needed a minimum of 2 women and 1 man at the motion capture studio. It's a brand new sequence that happens just before Beth goes outside and Hannah gets humiliated. Why is this so important? The obvious reason. Where's Chris? In the original version of the game, Chris is the only member of the group, other than Josh, naturally, who wasn't involved in the prank. He didn't know about it, he didn't participate in it. That may have changed. As you can see, in the original, he and Josh got super drunk on whiskey and slept through the prank and its aftermath. This time it looks like Josh was the only one blacked out, a change that suggests Chris may have been involved with the prank. Now that might seem far-fetched, as it would involve a bunch of new line records and possibly animation. Except, it wouldn't? While in the released game Chris wasn't involved in the prank, in an earlier build, he very much was. Here's him hiding behind the bed with the rest of them. Now here's a video clip of Ashley confirming that.
Wow. Forgot you were such a willful participant.
Yeah, well, we all were.
You look like you were enjoying yourself.
The voice lines and animation to make this plot change already exist, so I can see why it would be tempting for Ballistic Moon to include it. That said, it's a terrible creative choice, because it suggests that the people working on the game don't really understand Josh's character. There's a reason Chris gets punished the worst, despite not being in on the prank. I'm not going to get into all of that here, I'm just going to link the video in the description where I lay it out. So, I hope this is just me jumping to conclusions and not the developers making a change for the worse. If they're going to make any changes at all, the goal should be to make Josh's motivation a little clearer to the audience. Before we go though, I want to show off my absolute favorite change in the new version. This is what it looks like when Mike gets hit with a snowball in the original.
Hey, Mike! Boom! Shot!
Whoa! Ow!
Right!
Here's what it looks like on the PS5 and PC.
Oh!
Yep, it bounces right off. So apparently now Jessica is throwing white rocks at Mike? That's that. We've taken a close look at the trailer, and now we return to waiting on news. Like, for example, a firm release date. Next time, what exactly is a gameplay trailer? For now though, I've been the Hidden Object Guru, thanks for watching. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more, remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put in the comments section below the video. Enjoy my game Clown in the Woods for free over at itch.io. It's a visual novel about teens getting killed in the woods, so probably enjoy it. We'll see you back here for more Until Dawn information as it comes up, but until then I'll say that's right, au revoir.